Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a young couple. They had no children but longed dearly for a baby girl. After some time, the young woman became pregnant. One day, while looking out her window, she spotted a beautiful garden next door filled with the freshest, greenest lettuce she had ever seen. From that moment on, she could think of nothing else but eating that lettuce. "I'll die if I don't have that lettuce," she declared. She lost her appetite and quickly became weak and thin. Her worried husband promised to get her some. "Don't worry, my love. I'll fetch you some lettuce," he said. But there was one problem. The garden belonged to a powerful witch, surrounded by tall walls no one dared to climb. Still, out of love, the husband summoned his courage, climbed over the wall, and picked a handful of lettuce. His wife ate the lettuce with great pleasure and felt better at once. But it wasn't enough. The next day, her cravings returned. Again, the husband sneaked into the garden. This time, the witch caught him. "How dare you steal from my garden?" she shouted. "My wife is expecting a child and craves your lettuce. I was afraid to ask because of your fearsome reputation. Please forgive me," begged the man. "Forgive you? No, but I will let you take as much as you like on one condition. When your baby is born, you must give it to me." Terrified, the man agreed. Months later, a beautiful baby girl was born. The witch came at once, named the baby Rapunzel, after the lettuce her mother had longed for, and took her away. The witch raised Rapunzel with great care. As she grew, Rapunzel became a strikingly beautiful girl. On her 16th birthday, the witch locked her in a tall tower deep in the forest. The tower had no doors or stairs, only a small window at the very top. The witch never cut Rapunzel's golden hair. When she came to visit, she called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair, it's your mother dear." Rapunzel would let down her long, braided hair, and the witch would climb up. This went on for many years. One day, a prince riding through the forest heard a beautiful singing voice. Entranced, he followed the sound and came upon the tower. There were no doors or ladders. The prince returned day after day, hoping to discover a way in. One evening, as he watched from the trees, he saw the witch approach and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." The hair dropped, and the witch climbed up. The next day, after sunset, the prince came back and, imitating the witch's voice, called, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." When Rapunzel saw the prince climb up instead of the witch, she was frightened. "You're not my mother. Who are you?" "Don't be afraid," said the prince. "I heard you sing and fell in love with your voice. I had to see who it belonged to." Rapunzel's fear vanished, and she soon looked forward to the prince's visits. Time passed, and the witch suspected nothing. Finally, the prince proposed. "Will you marry me, Rapunzel?" Joyfully, she accepted, but with no way to leave the tower. She came up with a plan. Each time the prince visited, he brought a piece of silk. Rapunzel tied them together to make a rope. Unfortunately, one day Rapunzel made a mistake and said to the witch, "Mother, the prince climbs my hair much faster than you do." "The prince? What prince?" the witch screamed, in a rage. She cut off Rapunzel's golden hair and sent her to a lonely desert far away. That night, the witch waited in the tower. When the prince arrived and called, she let down the cut hair. The prince climbed up, but was horrified to find the witch instead of Rapunzel. "You'll never see her again," she shrieked. Shocked, the prince leapt from the tower. He survived the fall thanks to the thick bushes below, but the thorns blinded him. Wandering the forest, the prince fed himself on wild plants and fruit. He walked for days, searching for Rapunzel. At last, he heard a familiar voice singing. "Rapunzel," he called. Recognizing his voice, Rapunzel ran to him. "My prince!" She threw her arms around him and wept. Her tears fell into his eyes, and miraculously, his sight returned. Overjoyed, they traveled to the prince's kingdom, where they were welcomed with happiness and celebration. From then on, they lived happily ever after.